My name is Denise Bigley and I live in Brockton, Massachusetts. Buildex did a partial rebuild of our three-family building that was burned by a fire. The floor above me was where the fire started in the exterior porch of the building. The fire went up and mostly into the attic, and the firemen had to go through the attic. They pretty much destroyed the middle part of the roof to pour like 1 million gallons of water in the attic to get the fire under control. So the main part of the damage was on the front of the building and, like I said, the attic. It was an electrical fire. I went to my front door and I opened the door and there was literally flames in my hallway and it was full of smoke, and I was like, this is not a joke, this is the real thing. And so I slammed the door and I was like, okay, what do I do? I knew that this was a much bigger project and I definitely needed some help. Buildex was a lifesaver. I don't know what we would have done without you guys because, like I said, the other contractors we were trying to get, they were not qualified for the job. People were just give vague promises. You really need an industrial grade professional to really do this job because of the complexities of being an older building and being a three-family, which not everybody is familiar with these days. So we needed a professional who could take charge of the project. Buzz met me here at the house initially. He did a walkthrough and he was visibly much more confident. He had clearly done it dozens of times, if not hundreds of times. I knew he was the one. Like, there was no maybes. Buzz, he had the online platform, where anybody could log in on your phone or online on your desktop or whatever. You could see what the schedule was, you could see what the budget was, you could contact people through the platform. Having the online platform made everybody feel more comfortable because it was clearly somebody who was a professional, somebody who was committed to the industry. Well, it was mostly Unit 2 had the fire, most of the damage, because they're right at the porch, right at the right of the porch, so they had the most damage. Our biggest issue was kind of more water damage. The whole front half of the building had to get new walls, floors, everything, because it was all damaged by the water. Everybody needed new walls, floors, ceilings, period. Like, that was really the biggest chunk of the repairs. The building was basically put back together in its original condition. It was good to get back in here and start putting my life back together. I guess the heating system for me was a big thing because my heating system was actually due for replacement anyway. We kind of have de facto central air since we have the mini split. Kevin Healy, man needs a ribbon. Like, we all drove him crazy. Like, I'm surprised he's not in a mental institution, honestly. Like, we drove him crazy. There was one day, like in early February, I spent the entire day talking about locks, door locks. And I swear I must have texted Kevin like 500 times. He handled it very diplomatically. He was always professional. Everybody was very good. I can't complain. You guys did me a huge favor. We really needed somebody who was reliable, and there's so many people who's horror stories who get stuck with half-finished projects, and I couldn't have that because I live here. Like, I had a year, and we were, by the time BuildX showed up, it was already May. So we needed somebody who could show up the next day, literally, and put shovels in the ground, because that is literally what we needed. And that's why I'm so grateful to BuildX, because you did show up the next day, kind of, and put shovels in the ground ultimately. Like I said, Buzz and the team was very clearly professional. It wasn't one guy in a truck. I mean, I don't mean to knock those people. They have a place in the ecosystem, but for us, we were just in a position where we really, really needed the industrial grade professional who could come in, who knew the building, who'd been there before, who could take care of it. They didn't need to be babysat. Buzz's competence and the team's competence made all of us feel much more comfortable. I have been saying to my friends and family, like, I don't know what I would do without you guys. Like, I really do. So it's been a blessing.